don't get nothing like this nowhere. Everybody move like brothers.
The drama between 50 Cent and the BMF family is heating up big time. It's no longer just business, it's undeniably personal. First, 50 took aim at Big Meech and his son, Lil Meech, airing out grievances that shocked everyone watching. But now he's locked horns with Meech's nephew, dragging another family member into the fray. This feud isn't just boiling, it's exploding. And if you're familiar with 50 Cent's track record, you know he doesn't back down. He doubles down. The man's a master at taking things to the next level with razor-sharp wit and brutal pettiness. What started as a war of words has become an all-out battlefield, with 50 relentlessly firing shots. He's been relentless in targeting Meech, escalating the situation with each new jab. But it wasn't just the volume of attacks that got everyone's attention. The breaking point came when 50 Cent lobbed one of the most serious accusations in the game, calling Big Meech a snitch. In this world, that's more than an insult, it's a declaration of war. Yet 50 didn't leave it at that. He turned the heat up even higher. His Instagram became a minefield of indirect jabs, cryptic posts, pointed lyrics, loaded images, and not-so-subtle emojis. And then he dropped the hammer, a rat emoji alongside Rick Ross lyrics. That move, it wasn't just shade, it was a scorching spotlight. On Tuesday, February 25th, 50 Cent escalated the whole situation. He took to social media and posted what he claimed were actual legal documents, allegedly proving that Big Meech cooperated with federal informants. The paperwork? It was sourced from social media personality 1090 Jake, and according to 50, it revealed how Tammy Cowens allegedly used information from Meech to assist the feds in taking down high-level snow traffickers. These weren't just empty accusations. This was serious. Real names, real cases, and real stakes. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, 50 turned his sights on Lil Meech. Now this twist is especially shocking, given that Lil Meech portrays his own father on 50's highly acclaimed BMF series. You'd assume that working dynamic would mean they'd be tight. Not so fast. 50 blasted Lil Meech, making bold claims about issues on set. And he didn't stop there. He went as far as to suggest that Lil Meech was dealing with a substance problem, alleging that rehab was part of the equation. As if the drama wasn't already at a fever pitch, 50 then roped in other cast members. He pointed fingers at Russell Hornsby, alleging that even he had witnessed these behind-the-scenes troubles. And then there was the matter of 42 Doug, who reportedly dropped a clean $100,000 on Big Meech after he got out of prison. But 50 wasn't having it. He didn't hold back, making it crystal clear that he wasn't impressed. When 50 Cent feels slighted, he doesn't stay quiet. He amplifies the noise. 50 took to Instagram with his usual bold energy, calling out 42 Doug and making it known that he didn't approve of where that cash went. He posted a message loaded with jabs saying, "Your daddy, my ninja, I love you, but you made a mistake giving Screech $100,000. You could have given that to your ninjas. You always been hard-headed, WTF." In typical 50 Cent fashion, he wasn't just speaking his mind, he was stirring the pot for everyone to see, but 42 Doug wasn't having it. He fired back on his Instagram stories, doubling down on his loyalty to Big Meech and Detroit. No way was he going to let anyone pressure him into turning his back on his roots. And when blogs started spreading the $100,000 story, Doug wasn't about to let the narrative spiral out of control. He immediately labeled it fake news, cutting off the chatter before it could gain more traction. Yet, 50 wasn't done. He came armed with receipts. After all the drama, the snitching accusations, and the online back and forth, 50 unveiled what the streets had been anticipating. Text messages. And not just any texts, ones that added fuel to the fire. In them, he hinted at even more scandal, claiming, "LOL, I'm not gonna blow you up, bro." But Puffy's nephew said he has the audio of him and 42 Doug on a three-way with Meech. The drama, it seems, was far from over. It's about to drop. Proof of what went down between Meech, Tammy, and the rest of the BMF crew. And guess what? Bebby's nephew, 42 Doug, and Big Meech were all caught on that infamous three-way call, and when the audio leaked, it delivered all the chaos people had been anticipating. In the recording, Bebby comes at Big Meech hard. He doesn't hold back, asking the one question everyone's been whispering about. Why is Meech still siding with Tammy Cowens after all the drama with Cuffy? If Tammy really snitched and helped the feds take down BMF associates, why is Meech still supporting her? The call wasn't just heated, it set off a firestorm. The streets have been asking loud and clear, why hasn't Big Meech cut ties with Tammy Cowens? Instead of clearing the air, Meech stood firm. He told Bebby straight up that he owes no one any explanations. Not to Bebby, not to anyone on the block, not to anyone at all. Meech's message was clear. If people want proof he's not snitching, they better bring the paperwork. By now, it's clear that 50 Cent has been making waves, loudly declaring he's got the paperwork to back up his claims. But Bebby? Bebby wasn't about to let that stand uncontested. He continued pushing Meech, zeroing in on the one thing that's been bugging everyone, Meech's unwillingness to distance himself from Tammy Cowens, even after her alleged involvement in Cuffy's case. And let's be honest, Bebby's points were hard to ignore. People have been giving this whole situation the side eye from day one, questioning why Meech has stayed silent on Tammy's alleged role. The tension hit its peak when Bebby pressed harder during the call, forcing Meech to hang up. For real, that's never a good look. But the story didn't end there. After the audio went public, Bebby took his story to Dogface TV, where he unleashed an explosive 30-minute interview. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back. He went deeper into the tangled web involving Big Meech, 42 Doug, and his uncle Dion Cuffy. This is where things got even messier. Bebby outright claimed that Big Meech was fully aware of Tammy's actions all along. And he wasn't just throwing out accusations. He suggested that this was the root of all the snitching allegations. But here's where it really gets crazy. Bebby said Tammy's cooperation with the feds was allegedly meant to earn Meech a reduction in his sentence. And supposedly, there's paperwork to prove it. Those legal documents reportedly detailed Tammy's claim that she met Dion Cuffy through Meech, which then led to Cuffy getting caught up in the legal drama. Just like that, the drama hit a whole new level. Turns out, Big Meech didn't just cross paths with Tammy Cowens. He also brought Fidel Suarez into the fold. Now, multiple players are tied up in this tangled web of third-party cooperation. And while Meech may have reaped some benefits from these arrangements, it came at a heavy cost for others. His guy, Dion Cuffy, he got slammed with a harsh 27-year sentence. Bebby laid it out plainly. Third-party cooperation is the reason people are slapping the rat label on Big Meech. And the mess didn't stop there. Enter 50 Cent, who's been laser-focused on exposing anyone linked to his adversaries. The big twist? Big Meech and his son Lil Meech have been seen cozying up to some of 50's most notorious rivals. So how did 50 respond? You already know the answer. He took it straight to Instagram, the stage for his signature brand of shade. If there's one thing 50 does better than anyone, it's crafting sharp, cryptic posts and cutting jokes. He hit them with a fresh barrage of shots, fueling the fire and keeping all eyes on him. But the real jaw-dropper? 50 hinting that he's cooking up a tell-all documentary about BMF with Tammy Cowens playing a starring role? As if the situation weren't complicated enough, now there are rumblings that a previously unknown informant might be connected to the whole mess. According to some sources, another associate from the old BMF days has been quietly working with the feds, providing crucial intel that could turn the tide of the narrative against Big Meech. While there's no solid evidence yet, rumors are spreading fast, and they're painting a picture that isn't easy for Meech's camp to shake off. Meanwhile, Meech's son, Lil Meech, has been dealing with his own share of controversy. Social media has been buzzing with claims that he's been making side deals that don't sit well with some in the BMF circle. And as 50 Cent continues to keep the spotlight fixed on both father and son, more and more people are starting to question their loyalty to the legacy they once represented. But it doesn't stop there. Whispers of a rift between other members of the BMF crew have started to surface. Some former allies are now coming forward with stories of backdoor negotiations and strained relationships. The drama is spilling into unexpected places, with new allegations surfacing every day. This isn't just a simple feud anymore. It's a full-blown saga that's got everyone watching, waiting, and bracing for what's next. If that actually drops, it's going to set off a bombshell that nobody can ignore. But here's the kicker. 50's not just going after Big Meech. He's been relentless with Lil Meech as well. After leaking private messages that showed Lil Meech trying to keep things cool, 50 didn't hold back. He went for the jugular, hinting that the entire BMF show might be in jeopardy. And when it came to those substance allegations, 50 doubled down, claiming that producers and cast members witnessed it all firsthand. And the shockwaves didn't stop there. 50 Cent even took it further, suggesting that Big Meech himself may have been enabling his son's behavior. That's right. He's accused the BMF patriarch of turning a blind eye, or worse, giving a nod of approval. The layers of this saga keep piling on, and just when you think it can't get any crazier, it does. Now, 50 isn't just keeping the heat on Meech and Lil Meech, he's zeroing in on the entire BMF empire. Reports are swirling that 50 has been busy gathering even more evidence, including court documents, interviews, and even wiretaps to deliver the most explosive tell-all yet. This isn't just petty online beef anymore. This is a deep dive into the roots of one of the most infamous crews in hip-hop history. And with 50 driving the narrative, one thing's for sure. This drama isn't going away anytime soon. And here's the kicker. 50 Cent's hinting at a release date for his tell-all documentary. If that actually drops, it's going to be a bombshell. But Meech and his camp aren't just sitting around watching this unfold. Word has it that Lil Meech has been scrambling behind the scenes, desperately trying to figure out how to counter 50's next move. He's out there denying all the substance allegations, claiming that 50's only aim is to tarnish his reputation. But with the way 50's been hitting them, it might be too late to undo the damage. The fallout isn't just about Meech, though. It's rippling through the whole BMF legacy. Some of the OG members have stayed silent, while others are quietly backing away from the chaos. And a few? They're straight up questioning if Big Meech still commands the same respect he once did. This is bigger than just one family feud. It's shaking the very foundation of the BMF name. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, 50 dropped another bomb. A cryptic post hinting that yet another major name is tied up in the drama. Fans are already losing their minds trying to figure out who it could be. The tension is through the roof, and one thing's certain, there's no truce on the horizon. The streets are demanding answers, but all they're getting is more smoke. If all that wasn't enough, 50 Cent went a step further, posting an image of an old courtroom document, allegedly tying Big Meech to more confidential exchanges than anyone had previously known about. It wasn't just a simple throwback. It was 50's way of saying, there's still more you don't know. And of course, it sent social media into overdrive. Fans and critics alike started piecing together timelines, cross-referencing names, and speculating on what might come next. The drama wasn't just playing out in headlines anymore, it had become a full-on investigation by the court of public opinion. Meanwhile, Big Meech's camp scrambled to respond, dismissing the document as taken out of context or flat-out misrepresented. Lil Meech, still at the center of his own controversies, fired back on Instagram, calling out what he claimed were deliberate attempts to smear his family. He insisted that the BMF legacy was bigger than a few documents and internet gossip. But for every post Meech Jr. made, 50 Cent seemed to have another angle ready. This wasn't just a feud, it was a spectacle, and the audience couldn't look away. Adding to the chaos, more former associates began chiming in. Some offered cryptic one-liners, hinting that they'd seen things during BMF's heyday that would shock even the most loyal supporters. Others flat-out accused Meech of trying to rewrite history. With so many voices jumping in and 50 continuously feeding the fire, this saga wasn't slowing down. Each new post, every leaked scrap of paper, and every mysterious comment only added to the growing mountain of speculation. And from the looks of it, there's still a lot more to come. BB isn't letting up on the heat, and 50 Cent just keeps dropping bombshells. With Dion Cuffey still serving that 27-year sentence, the ongoing accusations of third-party cooperation are threatening to cast a long shadow over Big Meech's legacy. If the rumors are true and the deal happened the way it's being described, it might be too late for Meech to salvage his reputation. What's next? It's anybody's guess. One thing is certain, 50 Cent doesn't quit. He's known for playing the long game, whether it's through relentless social media shade, another tell-all documentary, or possibly even some courtroom moves. As for Meech's family, they're digging in their heels too. His nephew's already throwing out threats, and if Lil Meech decides to step up and clap back, things could get even messier. This feud is turning into one of the most public and chaotic showdowns in recent memory. The big questions remain. Should Big Meech address the allegations head-on, or does he have every right to keep quiet? Is 50 Cent simply being petty, or is he genuinely exposing buried truths? And what about the broader implications for BMF? Will this conflict leave a permanent mark on their legacy? With so many major figures involved, it's clear that the end of this drama is nowhere in sight. More revelations are bound to surface, and the entire world is watching to see what happens next.